Meantime, let's talk about what's going on with China because they are now vowing a strong response to President Trump's latest threat to escalate tariffs. According to CNBC's translation, the country's Commerce Ministry calling that a, quote, mistake on top of a mistake. The ministry saying if the U.S. insists on its own way, China will fight to the end. Now, the comments coming after President Trump said he'd hit China with an additional 50% tariff if China doesn't cancel its retaliatory 34% tariffs on American products. Take a look at President Trump in the Oval Office yesterday talking all about it.
Would you be open to a pause in tariffs to allow for negotiations?
Well, we're not looking at that. We have many countries that are coming to negotiate deals with us, and they're going to be fair deals. And in certain cases, they're going to be paying substantial tariffs. There'll be fair deals.
That's your first.
Now, on the subject of the talks, the president said there can be permanent tariffs and there can also be negotiations. We're going to talk a lot more about all of this, tariffs and everything else, at 7 a.m. Eastern Time with the man in the middle, the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent. He's going to join us right here on Squawk Box Live. So lots of questions for him this morning.
You know, yesterday we spoke with Peter Navarro, and his take was that this was not a negotiation. Right. We were going to see that within a matter of hours. You heard that the Treasury Secretary was going to be negotiating with Japan, at least, and we will hear from him where these things stand. But that's been the biggest confusion point on Wall Street is, are these real and permanent? Are they a negotiating tactic? And where do we get there? And depending on the day, depending on which administration official you're speaking to.
I think there's the Navarro camp and the Lutnick camp on one side. I think there's the Bessent and maybe even Elon Musk camp on another, which is say negotiations, and the goal is to try to get the rates down to as low as possible. The camp that I think we all don't know about is exactly which one President Trump is in, because he's talked about this being a negotiation, and then he's also talked about them being permanent forever.
I was going to actually talk about this, but I see it's in the, we actually have it, it's scripted, but then we'll talk after. But speaking of Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, Politico is reporting that he flew down to Florida over the weekend to encourage President Trump to hone his message on negotiating trade deals, or else he would risk a further fall in the financial markets. And the operative term there is negotiations. Elon Musk also reportedly reached out to President Trump. Washington Post says Musk made direct appeals to the president to reverse course on his widespread new tariffs, but proved unsuccessful. In another development, Senate Majority Leader John Thune told reporters he doesn't see a future for a bipartisan bill introduced last week that would limit presidential power to impose tariffs. Senator Rand Paul has some very pointed remarks. He's going to be on later today, and we can talk to him after we talk to Scott Bessent, and we'll see whether he is very forthcoming about what he told the president in Florida, or, you know, with President Trump, it's best to, if you're going to, I'm not saying disagree with him, but if you're going to point out to him there are some nuances to what he's doing, it's best to do it in a fairly conciliatory way. So, but we'll see. I think he went down and said, listen, Mr. President, no one wants a permanent tariff structure in the United States. And the whole reason you're doing this, and really I think the reason that they settled on that weird reverse engineered formula, which makes everything look worse, so they could, their opening bid could be much higher than it would have normally been thought to have been, and it leaves room for negotiation. That's what everybody...
An anchoring technique is what he likes to call it.
Anchoring technique. But, you know, listening again, Navarro was made the rounds everywhere yesterday, and he was basically saying, we don't care if it's 0-0, that there's so many other impediments to free trade in all these places. So I don't know what the end. I don't know what if the end game is zero trade deficits with every country in the world. That's never going to happen because it doesn't work that way. But I don't. You know, that's
there are implications about what that means. The trade deficit that we run with countries, they often reinvest in the United States through that, whether it's buying treasuries or sending investments here from some other perspective too.
And you saw Larry Lindsay yesterday. The whole idea of comparative advantage. Yeah. It's a real thing, and it's what, you know, it's. Globalization had some unintended horrible consequences, admittedly, but we're never going to make certain things here. Even if you got zero tariffs, how are we going to to pay workers here $2 an hour. There's going to be places in the world where things are going to be made that we import.
And Navarro's point yesterday was they should get rid of things like the VAT,
Right.
the value-added tax. But, you know, that's a tax that doesn't put us at a comparative disadvantage because everyone there pays it as well. It's basically a consumption tax.
And it's different.
It's like a sales tax.
Different in every place.
Yeah.
So you could spend how long talking to the EU about what they do? You spend 6 months doing that. You could spend the same amount of time, you know, talking to the UK.
Right.
You could spend the same amount of time talking to India.
Japan.
Japan.
And
then you take
Vietnam.
China, you could spend, and we're doing it all at once, and we're doing this brinkmanship with China, which is not going to end well, I don't think. President Xi, you can't push him around like that. Everybody's got to, especially when, you know, that culture, saving face. I mean, so I don't know how you do it all at once.